Oh, hey, I didn't notice anybody was here already. Hello, Sandra, Susan. Still getting everything situated here in front of me. I know it's kind of washed out. Sorry. Oh well. At least you can hear me. I hope well, and even though it looks a little bit bright on my screen here, but then I'm looking over here on the other monitor. It looks good. I'm an ugly dude. Let's see. Life with Jimmy. Hello, Mel, Mardat. Life with Jimmy. Can you hear? Can hear you. Thank you. Um, Susan from Texas. How you doing? Valerie, Karen, Alex, Miss Gigabox, Sonny Grant, Dee Dee 3, Life with Jimmy. Is that pronounced Mardat? Mardet? Sorry if I mispronounced that. It went by already. I have this on low latency, so it's supposed to slow it down as opposed to last week's where everything was just zooming by. Hey, Critter. Yeah, we got Ricky, Kathy, Roy, Emily, Violet, on. Violet is on. Stephanie, Sarah, Susan, Just Go. Hi. Hello, Just Go. Margaret Post, Clara White, Roy, Kathy, Julie, Donna. You're a New York fan? Okay. It's like sports teams? I'm not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't root for them. Tennessee. Now I do I mean, when it comes to sports, I root for the Volunteers. That was mainly I started rooting for the Volunteers because my neighbor next door to me, who's a good friend of mine at my old house, he was a Clemson fan, and so I had to pick someone just to irk him, and I was like, you know what, I'll vote for the Volunteers, root for them. Sonny Grant, Colorado. What is your name? My name is Will. It's actually William, but my friends call me either Will or Bill. It's in the beginning of every one of my videos. I'm not here to hide. And I know it's strange to a lot of people, but I'm here 6 days a week in the comment section, and I'm here every single Sunday to answer questions. I know why people think that I'm hiding from them. And if I do miss your question in here, I'm sorry, but you have to understand, with 6,000 people, now in the subscribers list, questions fly by, and what you're seeing is different from what I'm seeing. Because if questions get blocked because of either they're racist, hateful, or they use inappropriate language in it, it takes up that much, and you get I in a given week I'll probably see 6 of those, and it takes up a lot of room. I will, Bill, DD3. We missed Pat Summit. Oh, Pat Summit, yeah. Oh, you think she's a fan of mine from New York? Cool. Man, I'm gonna get one of those maps of the world and put it up on the opposite one of the opposite walls here. And I'm gonna put get like little colored pins, and I'm just gonna start putting them in for where everybody's from. See, we got Croatia here. Welcome. Yeah. Well, I mean, she has like so many different records for wins. It was unbelievable. And a lot of people don't give her a lot of respect, especially in the male-dominated sports world. Indiana, that's what the Hoosiers, right? North Carolina, Indiana. Just go, Armchair Detective. Thumbs down. I'm on the fence about him. I mean, he's got his pluses and minuses, just like anybody. I guess you could say the same thing about me. Pulaski, Wisconsin. I have been to your city several times. I was born and raised in Wisconsin, and I've uh, um, I've been back there. I try to get back there at least once every summer. Hi, William. Haha, your Sunday name from the little village on the coast of England, UK. Samantha, welcome. Vermont, we love you. Wisconsin rocks. It does. It's always going to have a huge part of my heart. Good. Julie ordered a brick of cheese. It is there's a lot of things that you can get in Wisconsin you wouldn't find in other. I thought I turned the notifications off. Sorry about that. If anybody heard that being Love Vegas. Nina, welcome. Glad you could join us today. Patricia, born and raised in Minnesota. Upstate, downstate. I got relatives all over the state, Patricia. Everywhere from Hackensack, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Bemidji, Little Falls, Twin Cities area, all over down, up and down the whole state. Where are you from? Colette? I'm from Wisconsin originally, but I moved out west. I want to say I was 12 when I first moved here. Then I moved back, and then I moved out, and then I moved back, and then I moved back. Kept on doing it. When I was younger, parents worked for the government. Hackensack, we hack them, you sack them. Excuse me. We used to have a summer cabin on I think it's called Woman's Lake or Lizard Lake up there. Kathy, I have not found out when he is going to court yet. I am still following it from London, England. Angela Owens, Lizard. Kathy, you just joined the Patreon. Does it have activity? Are you talking about perks? I don't understand what that means. I'm new to it myself. I've never had it, and I just set it up. And so to tell you the truth, I really don't know. I mean, I was offering perks when I first started off, but for like the first like 2 months, 3 months, there was nobody that even bothered to visit because it has a page count on there. and I think I had 6 views of the Patreon, even though the link is in every single video. But nobody visited it and nobody wanted to support it, and I was kind of on the fence about even keeping it because of some issues. If you just go put it into YouTube one time, and say in the YouTube search engine, put Patreon issues. I'm not big on censorship. England, Ohio, Susan, welcome, welcome. Sorry, it went by. Didn't get to see if it had a city there. Can Cindy Watts be sued civilly or prosecuted? Not that I'm aware of. We'd have to have a basis for it. Just because she's a fanatic and kind of out there, I guess you could say. But I don't think there's any way we could or anybody could sue her for what her son did. A lot of people would be in a heck of a lot of trouble if they could be sued for what their kids do. DD3 from New Jersey. Welcome. Never been to New Jersey. Never been to New York. I've been to Maine and see. I'm trying to think. Wow, when I was younger, I traveled a lot. Um, I've definitely been to Maine. Old Town, I think it's called Old Town, Maine. Cindy Watts is out there. Seriously, no, don't be silly. Hi, Christina. Sweet Dixie. The case is closed. No, no more. Nothing. But the civil trial, against Chris is still ongoing, and there's also going to be a court hearing to combine all of his debts. But I mean, we're not going to see much more, legally. New Hope, Old Orchard. I'm from Jersey. The Meadowlands smells like a wet paper bag. Moved to Florida. Life with Jimmy. Never, never been there though. I know some people from New Jersey, but they all live out west. Must visit Little Italy in New York City. Bet they have some great food, huh? Thank you, Kathy. I try my best. DJ the DJ. Welcome. Yeah, he is. He's never going to have a dime. Massachusetts, go Pats. I got a friend that's a Patriots fan. He's from Maine, though. Is it DJ? Is that good cheesecake? I'm not a connoisseur of cheesecake, but I enjoy it. Around here, we got well, not in the city I live in, but we have a nearby city that has a place that's called Tasty Treats, Sweets, something like that, and they bake cakes and they make quite a few different varieties of cheesecakes. They have a really good boysenberry. Hey, Rupal, RPM. Is Chris Watts allowed to write to supposedly all his girlfriends? Yeah, he can write out. He can write any letter he wants. There is no one that he is restricted from writing. There are people that are restricted from sending him mail, and he obviously, even though he's still, from what I understand, he's still getting packages, but he can't accept any of it. No, no, Sonny Grant. I am not in Colorado. If you're asking me, I'm in Washington State. I have family there though, and quite a few friends. No, Sweet Dixie. I couldn't imagine being 33 and doing life. Nor could I imagine being 16 years old and doing life in the state of Texas. He's not 16 anymore. Now he was 16, and then they bumped him up from there. It hasn't been the first time. We've in the United States, as flawed as our legal system is and the issues that we have with it, we have we've put to death quite a few people that turned out to be innocent later on, and we've also had issues with people who I was trying to say it, put this in a nice way, have done longer sentences for drug related issues than they would if they murdered someone. So DJ, Washington State's on your bucket list. It's a pretty state. It all depends on where you go. It's one of the most diverse states that you'll ever find. In Washington State, one part of the state is you've got rainforest there, then you have thick forest, and then you go over the mountains, the Cascade Mountain Range, and there are semi-desert plateaus. And you go farther east into the state, and you have barren, dry desert land. Violet, do I support prison reform? How so, and can we discuss today? Violet, we can discuss anything you wish, as long as it's not, we're not talking about me in my personal life, and we try to be respectful of others. But do I support prison reform? Heck yeah. I think one of the greatest travesties that we have here in America is that we stripped almost all prisons away and took away educational bound programs. We know these people, most prisoners will eventually be released back into society, but yet we've taken away all education programs so they can ever, have a chance out here in the real world. And then once they get out, we do everything to keep them from being able to get a job, to get a home, whatever. And some you have to understand some of these people they committed crimes when they were young. And they do 15 years. If they're doing 15 years for dealing weed, do we really want to punish them the rest of their lives because of one or two transgressions? And it happens, and unfortunately, it happens a lot. Lovely lipstick. I support prison reform. And it's one last thing on that I'll say is tougher sentencing laws has been proven not to do one iota of good. Three strikes you're outlaws and stuff like that haven't done anything to deter or lower the crime rate in America. The only thing that has ever been proven to lower the crime rate in America is education and early education. The earlier we can get to a child and give them an education and a quality education, not just here's a TV set and set them down in front of it, but an actual one-on-one education, like early Head Start programs, is the only thing that's ever been proven to lower the crime rate in America. Cut back on workout rooms. They have. Most prisons have completely eliminated all free weights and other items in the prison yards. They keep on stripping everything away from them. First things that went was art and vocational classes and therapy. Then Bill Clinton stripped away education and Pell Grants so they can't further their college or high school beyond a high school diploma. Then we stripped everything else away because we believe in punishment. Punish them. Punishment is never going to fix the issue. You have to. No one can reform. Sweet Dixie, you're absolutely right. When it comes to people like Christopher Watts and people who kill others and do family annihilators, there isn't a damn thing we can ever do for those people. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you annihilate your entire family like Christopher Watts, put him in prison, leave him there. I think we had to just have one prison where we dump them all into and we let them deal with each other. RPM, I agree with the death penalty. The death penalty, in so many cases is, it's flawed. Police accountability channel. Yeah, do you have a real channel? Police accountability? And if so, are you, hit me up. I'd love to check out your channel. I've seen your name pop up on the, before. Okay. Well, I'll look you up on YouTube and see if, check out your video. And that goes for everybody else too. If you have a YouTube channel and you make your own original content, please, by all means, I have a video out there that where I pitched 3 channels. If you guys can go to that video and in the comment section of that video, post the name of your channel, and I'll check it out. I mean, I have a list, and every 3 months I rotate the channels that I feature on my main channel, and so people, like maybe some traffic will be sent your way to help you with gaining viewership. I mean, I can't tell people to subscribe to your channel because that's against YouTube policy. But I can say, hey, these are channels that I've checked out and I like. Why don't you go check them out? Police Accountability Channel, trust me, if you go back and look at my first video, if it was still on YouTube, yeah, it's a learning curve. I understand it. It really is. And I mean, I've only been at this 6 months now. July was when I uploaded my first video, and I've never done anything like this in my life. I mean, I've been on a podcast, but before that, but that was several years ago, and all I did was sit there and talk. Well, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you enjoyed at least one of them. I think that all 3 of them have a very unique take on life. The one does cosmetics for the mature woman, and I know I sat with my wife and her friend, and they watched it, and they were like, "Really? Where has this lady been all these years?" They may not agree with everything she has to say, and her beauty techniques, but at least she's trying to do something for the mature woman. Where so many of the YouTube cosmetics reviews and stuff like that are for the 20 to 30 something year olds. And We Love You is on there. I've been watching her channel for a while. Music Maniac. I'm new. Welcome. Facts are facts, simple because there's a bunch of conspiracy fools out there with a group today. Today, there's a bunch of them all over YouTube. There are several online petitions with change.org and a couple other ones where they're trying to get the Christopher Watts case reopened because they believe that Nicole is the mastermind behind the entire thing. And I kid you not, they have like, I think it's the last time I popped in and looked at their little chat group that they have for it and their petition. They had something like 113,000 people that were in the group. I don't know how many people have signed that petition because I don't want that cookie added to my files. I'm from Manchester, UK. Never caught you live, Sarah. Well, thank you. Glad you could make it today. Manchester United. Yeah, it was a great thing. Total side thing though. When I was in college, I lived in. There was like my dormitory was set up on a hill, and down below is a rugby field. And I used to go down there, and I was inebriated, but I would go down and I'd sit on the hill, on the grassy hill, and watch these guys just knock the crap out of each other. Sidney Cranston Jr. I'll write it down. That board right there, all that is cases that I'm currently researching, and the depending upon what the either the last color or the start color is on it is where I am on the research. That's how I keep all this organized. Otherwise, I'd end up with 1,000 different notebooks. I'm looking for your message. I'm scrolling. Things they're flying by pretty quick here. Hey, have you ever seen Gray State? I'd love to chat. I have the Bona and the BCA crime scene photos looking for someone to help me out with a huge case. Have a Facebook group on this case a run. I have not looked into that case. Truth, facts. Hold on. Oh, that went by quick. I was sitting there, I was reading, and all of a sudden, it was gone. Facts are facts, simple. I have the Gray State. No, I have not seen the Gray State. You have a Facebook group on this? Yeah, I have a Sweet Dixie. I actually printed off the statement from the DA on NK Nicole Kissinger. Well, thought I did. I thought that was up here. That's probably downstairs. They are getting in the Dior case. The parents are getting away definitely with something at this point. There's a lot more to it than what I didn't put in my video. I found a couple people who wanted to speak on complete anonymity, but I can't confirm anything that they wanted to tell me. Violet Gray, where is NK? I don't know. I have no clue. I can tell you two things right now for sure. She has been cleared by the DA and the police department. There no charges are pending against her, and she has not legally changed her name. But I don't know where she is. Was Jim cleared? What, her boyfriend? Or ex-boyfriend or whatever the heck he is now? Boyfriend or off again, whatever he is? Don't know. I don't know, Sharon. If Forbes, if she really did, I wish I had. He is. I wish I wish I had an answer for that. I mean, there is definitely something missing there. And by the way, I have a video coming up this week about Nicole Kissinger. I don't know if it'll make it Monday. It might be Wednesday or Friday. I'm still editing it, and I'm a little bit behind this week. You know, we lost our internet and our home phone for a week, and it really set me back. Why they lie in Ohio, Dixie? I don't understand that. Thank you. I must have missed a question. Arnold Facts, great to do live show with. Okay. Is there, are you, they lie, Ohio? Well, thank you for the super chat, Susan. Appreciate it. Livingston. Misty Esther. I keep track of everyone that does the super chats. And before the end of the today's live stream, I'll give a shout out to everybody that did one last week as well. And Susan Livingston, you also be thanked in the credits on my next video. Ohio will put a drug dealer to death. Hello from Russia. Hello, Nicole. Did I pronounce that right? Is that close? Nicole? I actually took you're not going to believe this, but you know, in high school here in America, okay. So you have when it comes to like foreign languages and stuff like that that you can take, all the boys want to take French classes because that's where all the girls are taking. What girls are taking, they're all taking French. At least when I was in high school, I took Russian. Don't speak, much of it anymore, but every once in a while, I'll hear it in a setting, and it just comes back to me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Nico Le, and I'm now probably still butchering it. Hi from Florida. Hello, Jan. Hey, Vegas chick. Yeah, better late than never. I'm glad you could make it today. Oof. Yeah. Well, and I've also essential merch. I've also seen Armchair Detectives video on it, and about a dozen other ones that have been sent to me in links. And I will only say when it comes to the video of the actual shadows and everything else, I had a forensic expert lined up to actually look at the video. And just looking at the video itself, you can tell that it has been edited at least twice. Now, the neighbors sold the video to a party that has other reasons for wanting to edit it. And the expert that I had lined up to actually take a look at that, and I was going to do a video about it, will not do a forensic analysis of the video because it has been altered from its original state. They never turned it over to the police. And the complete format. They did turn over part of it to the police, and that was it, but not the complete unedited format. There is one definite part where Christopher Watts, when he's walking by the truck the first time, and before he goes back to the garage, there is like 8.5 seconds of video that has been cut out, and another part of it has been looped in there. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see it too. All you gotta do is put it up on a 4K HD TV. You can actually see it. Well, you won't be able to see the timestamp of it running, but you can see where it's going along, and all of a sudden he goes by, and then it edits, and then his back foot as he's walking away disappears, and then it comes back into the frame, as if he like went forward and then jumped backwards, and then continued to walk forward again. I don't know why they did it. Everybody's got their reasons for wanting to see something there or make it into something more than it is. But I can't even have it forensically evaluated. Facts simple. There's nothing. It's Christopher Watt's own shadow. Yeah, very well. I was all ready. I had everything lined up to do it, and that really upset me that I couldn't do anything with it. But hey, Kathy Griffith. Sorry, I love your channel. I'm so glad I can finally contribute to you and all your hard work. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it. Just go. You don't believe anything the DA says. That discovery was from the prosecution standpoint. Yeah, and excuse me. But I want to address one more thing here about the discoveries. I had a conversation with a couple of people the other day in this in a subgroup. It was on another channel, and where I've been helping someone else out. And he had made a video about the discovery motions that were in this case. And a lot of people don't understand is the case was going along. They issued their discoveries from the DA out to the public, and then they stopped. And the reason why they stopped was because the moment he took the plea deal, they were done. They're absolutely done. There was no reason to release any more discoveries or evidentiary, findings at that point. We love you. Keep up the good work. Wisconsin rocks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of things from the discovery that never made it out. Mm. A clipboard. Well, there are a total of 11 discovery motions that were never actually brought up in court. 11 things that either they learned, they found, or they discovered later on. They never made it to court. 11 total that we know of. Thank you, RPM. Does RPM stand for revolutions per minute? Really appreciate it. As heard, the cadaver dogs bark, which is their indicator. It all depends. Cadaver dogs, some are trained to bark on discovery, and others are trained to, when they find something, to sit and bring the attention of the officer. It all depends upon the training. They're not all set to bark once they found something. Hi from Australia. Bridget, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Oh, Robin. No. Side note, though, I mean, there's curiosity why I asked if it's standing for revolutions per minute. I was trying to explain to my adult daughter um, about vinyl records the other day, and she's seen them her entire life in our entertainment center in the cabinet, but she didn't know what they were. And I was like, "Yeah, those black things in there, they go around and around and around." Her name is Celeste, but her nickname was Cece. 45 RPM. Yeah, those are the little singles. I've got probably about 200 records still. That dates me, doesn't it? Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate it. Well, Sarah, I don't know if I'm the best. I just I try to do my best. Little Monster, happy birthday, Little Monster. Oh, that's why I was like, why do these things keep on popping up in big black letters? My the cursor was over the icons and hearts and stuff you guys keep on putting in there. Funky Town, Born to Be Alive was my first 45. Nina, wow. Um, I gotta think. I don't know. I don't remember what my first 45 was. Vinyl 2, 33 and 45 RPMs. Deborah, yeah. I mean, all the I've got. Sorry, I've got. I don't have too many 45s. All of them are 33s, and so I've got some 16 and a halves too in there in the collection. It's from Quadraphonics Records as well. Yeah, that was a short-lived format. How often do I go live? Every Sunday. Every fun Sundays, RPM. Ruth, damn, hold on, that went by. Okay, Ruth Ben Sice. Is that pronounce it Ben Sice? Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I was talking to some other creators the other day about this, and it keeps on coming up, and I don't find it odd. I mean, I'm here. I'm not just building a channel or putting out videos and then walking away and pretending that people don't exist who are watching them. That's why I spend so much time in the comment section. I'm conceivably a lot less than I was, but I'm still there. And at least I try to hit the comment section at least 6 days a week. And but I'm not doing it for 3 to 4 hours. And even if I did it for 3 4 hours, I'd never be able to catch all of them. Angie Payne, welcome. Well, you made it today, Angie. I appreciate you stopping by today to watch this. Atlantis returning. Welcome from Oklahoma. Glad you could be here today. Violet Gray, yeah. We have to hold people accountable. I'm not saying that we release people from prison just because they committed a crime. My issue is more with we have to understand that if we're going to call it rehabilitation and not just punishment, let's actually make it rehabilitation. And tougher sentences and three strikes you're out laws don't work. They've been proven not to work. They've never worked anywhere in the world ever. Little monster, no, yeah, um, it's been hitting the airwaves and the YouTube that she changed her name. I can tell you exactly where it came from. The first person who actually posted online that Nicole had changed her name was Radar Online, and then followed by Inquisitor Online, and both of them are Gossip Rag magazine websites. They said that she changed her name and she was going into the witness protection program. Both completely bogus. And I'm sure that quite a few of you have been married before. You know how easy it is to change your name. It's not a very difficult issue to do. I mean, any one of you with under $100 right now could go change your name to anything you want. Change it to a symbol. Changing your first name and your last name. Not that hard. Are you Johnny Ray? I don't know who that is. My first 45, 4 seasons. Who loves you? They lie, Ohio. Wow. Oh, you have David Cassidy signed 45? Wasn't he just a heartthrob back in the day, huh? Yeah. I've been talking to a friend of mine who's a corrections officer. He, I can't say where he works, what state he works in, but he always put it to me this way. He's like, there's bars, and who's actually the one that's in prison? They're on one side of the bars and they're running the show. You're on one side of the bars and you're hoping to just be able to control the madness somehow. Yes, Dana, I have definitely seen Armchair Detective's evaluation of the video. Sonny Grant, you're in Colorado. Can't change your name. It's true. Well, I mean, you can change your name, but you can't change the rest of it. Julie Holland, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the great videos, and I know how hard you work. Thank you. Thank you very much, Julie. For one, you have proof that Christopher Watts premeditated this murder. Ozzy is my dog. What do I think of Armchair Detective's analysis of the video? I think that he did. I think he did a disservice to his fan base. I think he was very leading in his analysis, and I think that he may not understand the complete context of the video or know that he is even watching or doing an analysis and blow-ups of a altered video. That's all I'm going to say about him. As a whole, I do not, make it a habit, nor do I like to talk ill about other people who are out there making YouTube videos as a whole. Now, there are some people out there who make videos that I absolutely will not talk about in any shape or form. As I haven't checked out his channel, but does anybody know if Reach has done an evaluation of it. If he does an evaluation of the video, that would, if I was anyone else out there, I'd go watch what he has to say. She is definitely laying low right now. Oh, we got a corrections officer in Michigan and was in North Dakota. What are Canada prisons like? Welcome, Karen, by the way, in case I didn't welcome you to the live stream today. Is there footage, Lulu, is there footage of him on the way to the tanks that day? I didn't know there was. Bismarck? Are we guessing on where in North Dakota she's talking about? I've been I've been stranded in Bismarck more times than I care to remember. It's a nice town. Don't get me wrong. There's some really seedy parts of the town. I mean, that's the same with just any other town out there. Oh, Samantha, thank you for your videos. You're the best at putting things together. Your knowledge is amazing, and you're great to listen to. Thank you very much, Samantha. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Janice. Really appreciate it, both you ladies. Thank you. Bismarck, North Dakota. I drive, see, Bismarck. Yeah, that's off of 90, isn't it? Because from my home, all until I get to, what is it? You get across the border into Minnesota, and then it turns to what, 94? I think it is, and then I go down to the Twin Cities. I think it's 90, 94. I can almost drive it blind. I've driven back and forth that entire route from Washington State all the way along. 94. Brock's case. Thank you, Samantha. Samantha, is it Orbitelli? Is that how you pronounce your last name? Or Orberto Kelly? I'm terrible with last names. I'm sorry. Claire White. Thank you for the super chat. Breathe? Kelly Breathe? Oh, Kelsey. Sorry, Kelsey. I've done one video on it already. Have I not? I'm sorry. I have a list over here of videos. Yeah, that's already up. Do I have another one coming up soon? I have a list over here of videos that have already been uploaded and ones that are in the editing stage. I would have. I don't think. I do not have another video on Kelly Breathe coming up anytime soon. I've got Kanika Jenkins, David Stoughton, Martin McCluskey, Tony Glenn Bass, Sabrina Lyman, David Crowley, Tracy Grissom, and Martha Moxley, on top of Nicole Kissinger. Bridget Peaker, thank you for the inspiration to start my own Australian crime channel. You are awesome at what you do. Thank you very much. Once you get started, let me know what your channel name is, and I'll definitely check it out. People are shocked that I actually do this. That I give the other channels shout outs. Just because other people don't do it doesn't mean that that it's right or wrong. I mean, I think the world would be a much better place if we all got along and we helped each other. I have a question. Are you going to be affected by Article 13? Me personally, no. I mean, there's a very good chance that if the entire thing passes in the way it's currently written, that you won't be able to see my content from in certain countries. Marina Taylor, love your videos. Our whole family is listening. You're the best. Oh, thanks. Appreciate the super chat. Oh, Delphi? Yeah. I have a video on the Delphi murders. That was Starfire 3. Yes. I'm 53. It happened when I was 16. Happy wife. Blackburn case. I'll write it down. Carol Casper, love watching you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. True, Samantha. Kindness costs nothing. Nothing at all. In this fast-paced world that we live in, everybody's got their heads down, staring at their cell phones, and nobody looks up to greet anybody anymore. And when they do, the Martha Moxie, that's been a while back, before the Kennedys were in politics. I think maybe I'm wrong. Well, the Kennedys have been in politics since before. Well, they started in the bootlegging days when his father started, let's say, greasing the palms of those to look the other way while they ran their operations. Ozzy, my dog, United States Marine Corps. Yeah, oh, thank you very much. I try to do what's right. And hoorah! Um, Michelle, I don't know if he will do interviews later on, like Son of Sam. I don't know. I wish I had an answer, but I wish that we would have the whole thing would have went to trial, so we could have gotten a better understanding of the entire thing. But he may. But then again, you have to understand that he's an habitual liar. Karen Smiley, um, have I seen the video where I don't know who put it out there. Where'd it go? The video on YouTube is trying to feel sorry for Christopher Watts. There's an entire support group on YouTube, and they also have a Facebook group, and they're also raising money to send Christopher Watts, and they've done everything from bake sales to car washes. Elisa, welcome, sweetheart, and thank you for the super chat. Your channel is my fave. But also want to hear you try and say my last name. Masto Morano? Is it close? No? Oh, Masto Marino. Close? All right. Master Mastro Marino? I'm sorry. I'm terrible at pronouncing last names. Glad you could make it today, and thank you for the super chat. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I didn't even know that they were out there, or that that anybody would even do something like this until they took one of my videos and they cut it up, and she was showing it in the background on an external monitor, and she was calling out all of the fans and supporters of this channel, and she said that I was a depraved. So we'll just say she didn't have any nice things to say about me. But I have seen. I mean, put the if you put the name in, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos out there on him, and quite a few of them are fan based. No, little Brian, it is not true. I did see that rumor though. Uh, no relation to Charlie Watts. Not that I'm a the Hatfields and the McCoys. Yeah, that's true, Patricia. But not as far as I am aware of little Brian. YouTube is really fickle area. Parasocial. Yeah, it can be. Kathy Sullivan, I feel so left out for being a Patreon supporter. Super chat seem more popular for 411. Not really. I mean, I'm gonna take a look at the Patreon more this week, and I have quite a few Patreon supporters. If you're my Patreon supporters, you can always ask me, send me a message anytime, and I answer every one of them. And I'll go into great lengths and give you a lot more one-on-one attention. Oh, see, there's Louise right there. Hi, Louise. Sorry, I missed you. But Ask me a question. You want me to look into something? Send me a message on Patreon. And I'm going to set it up and for all my Patreon supporters, so we can do a one-on-one live stream just for us Patreon, for my Patreon supporters. I just have to get in there and actually change it a little. The Patricia K, the baby monitor that they had in the house didn't have the capability to record, and it was in black and white. It wasn't a colored monitor. Not that it would matter. Well, I guess it does in a way, because he said that the one child was already blue and had been strangled. Louise, thank you. Really appreciate it. No, we got another Louise. Louise, we have a Louise Lagerman. We have a Louise Clay. That is now, I think, what, five Louises now. Kathy Harvey. Oh, you got your mug already? Great, and your T-shirt as well. Hope you enjoy them. And we have a Sarah Louise Clay. How common is Louise? I don't know too many Louises, but I'm glad I met all of you. Louise is a good name, isn't it? Yes, and it seems to be a very popular one here today. Well, and at least I'm seeing a lot of them. What crime are you doing next? Uh, well, all those that are on that board. That's what that board is just the cases that I'm currently either shooting the videos on uh, or finishing up the editing on. Critters, you have a dog named Louise? No. But yes, Gray. No, I don't. But then again, a lot of people see a lot of different things on that video. Faithful one, cool board. Yeah. Well, if I didn't organize it like this, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I got if you guys could see what you probably wouldn't want to, but my I've got note cards that are everywhere. That on cases I'll jot things down, notes everywhere, and I don't go anywhere without a pack of multicolored note cards. I have them in my car, my truck, my work vehicle. I have them downstairs in my house. I have them upstairs in my house. I have them everywhere. I have them in my workshop, everywhere. And I take them, and every time I hear something or I jot it down. If it's about a case that I'm researching, even if it's rumor, I write it down, and then I sit down, at night when I have time, when I'm not working, or when I have the availability, and I research everything that I've written down, that I heard or came across. Semper Fi, grunt. No, Paul, I never did. Were you in the Navy, Paul? ACD. Heck on. Virtual asylum? Yes, definitely. I'm almost positive that Nicole Kissinger is not giving the full truth. 83, 87 USS Nimitz. Thank you for your service, Paul. I appreciate it. You were long gone from the Navy by the time I served. I had a nephew that served on a nuke sub. He just got out this past year. I think he was in for 16 years, something like that. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, that seems to really upset a lot of people in the comments section here, and definitely on other social media platforms that I'm on. Now, I know if quite a few of you are still trying to contact me through Facebook, and I'm terrible at checking that, but I do check it. I just not exactly a high priority for me to check the personal messages that have been sent to me through it, and I'm really terrible at this entire social media thing. I come from a I guess a different time and a different place in this world. Yeah, I know that social media is everything, and everybody's got to have their phone on them at all times and be staring at it. Not me. And for that, I am sorry. That's why I'm always shocked that people are, they love what I'm doing here because I don't see it as anything, special. I just see, I'm making a video that I'm trying to tell what is and only talk about what can be actually proven. Yep, virtual asylum. I have seen the video. Claire, 11 years in the United States Marine Corps. Tell your husband thank you for his service for me and from everybody else out there. And I mean that. And anybody else out there who's ever served in either the armed services, law enforcement, corrections, or an ambulance EMT worker or in a hospital. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your service. Not a lot of people thank us for what we've done in this world to keep everything moving along. But you need to understand that one person out there, me, and quite a few people here within this community, thank you for your service. Corrections, 15 years, Karen. Thank you. My my father-in-law started off in corrections in Multnomah County in Oregon, and then after that he went on to work high end um, risk of reoffenders, parole officer. I have quite a few friends and family in the law enforcement and law. Janice, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the super chat. We are at 1 hour and 20 minutes right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go for about another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to have to wrap this up today. So, Angie, yeah. You know, and until things get really deep down and nasty, nobody really thinks about what we do. And along with that, also, you know, until the sanitation worker is not there on his job to pick up your trash, you don't think about them and you don't thank them. So go out and hug a sanitation worker today, because I'm thankful every dang week they pick up my trash. And I really am. It's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do that. Julie Holland, you thought he was too quick to confess? Bizarre. I wouldn't call it odd. I would call it bizarre. And then the defense and him deciding that they want to take a plea deal before they ever got to trial. I still don't understand that. How is Lucky? He's not in here right now. He was earlier, but not here right now. He's doing great. Sonny Grant, you're working right now. You got to step out for a bit. Well, welcome back. That's all that, Cavell, that's all the cases that I'm currently researching and doing work on, either editing, finishing up in one form or another. Bridget Peaker, check your Facebook. Yes, I will check my Facebook today. Welcome, Stephanie. That is my entire goal, is to be as unbiased as possible and report on only what can factually be supported. And to all the cases and questions that I research are all driven by the viewers and subscribers. If you haven't been to the community tab on my channel, I post at least 2 to 3 questions on there, a week. Right now, I'm asking for questions. If you could ask Nicole Kissinger, Christopher Watts' mistress, anything, if or find out anything about her, what would they be? And that's the question is right now. That's number 2, and that will actually close tomorrow. And so I can actually include the answers in the actual video that is coming up this week. I may be different from others that are out there, but I'm doing me. I get more support than anyone I've seen. Sonny Grant, I get a lot of hate mail, a lot of hate messages. So I get a lot of love, yeah, but I get a lot of hate. He did, and he actually said that he tried to stop the investigation into Nicole. Did you help kill the kids? Would be mine. Oh, sweetheart, I'm Colin. I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say there. Oh, reading it and it went zooming by. Bridget Peaker, you'll send me an exclusive if I want it. Mary, Mary Ann, uh, I'm not a psychologist or anyone I've never studied um, mental health or disorders, but when it comes to do I think he faked it all these years? I think he was probably happy at some point, but he became miserable and he was backed into a corner that he felt like he never was ever going to get out of. He but by his own words and his own accounts and um, things that he told his friend Alex, he he was miserable. Why did he have to kill his wife and his kids? No, no, he didn't. He didn't have to do any of that, but he did it. And I think that he felt emotionally abandoned by his marriage. Is then the issue with Shannon not getting along with his mother because she gave peanuts or nut ice cream that was made in a factory that has nuts in it. But and I'm not slamming Shannon or her all that. I'm just saying that all these things together piled in on him, and he was already having issues mentally, and it just kept on piling up, and he had no one to talk to. And then he met, and then Nicole's in this mix, and Nicole was listening to him, and she was feeding his ego and everything else at the same time. But then she started to distance herself, like back off from him and say, look, I want you to finish up your divorce, take some time, find yourself, and then, we'll see, where our relationship can go from there. When she did that, I think that was almost like the last straw that broke the camel's back, um, you could say. But it was enough of a catalyst. It's like, my gosh, I'm losing all of it. And then he struck out and did what he did. Do I think it's right? No. I mean, but that's my take. I'm probably wrong. I spent so much time reading it, about this guy. I know more about his life than I know about most of my friends. That is sad. Well, thanks, Sharon. Shannon, I appreciate that. I hope you have a good weekend. Vegas chick, he threw the ultimate tantrum. In the end, he did the most thing he could do. It was easy to kill his wife and his babies because now he never has to deal with any of it again. And if it doesn't bring you to tears, what he did, you really need to check yourself. Now, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. I need to get going. And yes, for everybody out there, I will check the rest of my social media inboxes today. Now, There will not be a live stream next Sunday. I'll be at home, but I have my best friend is coming into town, and I would much rather spend time, visiting with him than, it's not that, I enjoy my spending my time here with every one of you, and I will. Yes, Bridget, I will definitely check my Facebook, but I'm going to be spending, the weekend, hanging out with him because I don't get to see him every, great on once in a while. So everyone, you stay safe out there. Until next time.